Welcome to the Deceased Wrestlers Tribute video. Now, I will be talking about some superstars and wrestlers that affected me a little bit and some other people. And I will talk about the superstars, basically usually how they die and how they died and some other stuff. But yeah, without getting away, let's get started. So I'm going to start out this video with honorable mentions because there's other people that I do want to talk about, but I just want to get to the other things first. But anyway, Luthez was a really good wrestler, and he's remembered for a lot of things. He will indeed be missed. Killer Kowalski, not only he had a decent but really good wrestling career, but he also trained superstars that succeeded a lot, like Triple H, and I believe Big John Studd, I think. Also, we have the fabulous Moolah. She was a women's champion for like 10 years, 40 years, something like that. I don't remember really well about her, but she is one of those divas or women wrestlers, whatever you want to call her, one of the greatest of all time. Junkyard Dog was also a pretty good wrestler. He wasn't in the title picture, which it didn't seem like he was a good character though to be at a title shot, but he was a pretty good wrestler, and it was just sad to see him die in a car accident. If I remember correctly, I think he was a bounty hunter, I think. Yeah. Also sad that Bam Bam Bigelow, Big Bam, whatever, I totally forget, Bam Bam Bigelow's dead. It's hard to see these guys die, especially Yokozuna. It's so sad to see him die as well. Also, Ernie Ladd, former wrestler and also San Diego Chargers football player. What a great man. Big John Studd, which I already mentioned, he is a pretty good wrestler also. Also, Jack Briscoe. I don't even know if people remember him or not, but he was a okay wrestler. Everyone should mention Vincent Kennedy McMahon, if I remember correctly. Vince McMahon's father. He created this wrestling, and if it wasn't for him, then there would be no Vince McMahon back in the 80s when he bought it off his son. I mean, his son bought it off his father. Also, I may have them switched up, but Crash Holly, I think, one of the great hardcore champions. He will truly be missed. Also, I want to mention Ox Baker again because I had to delete the video. Unfortunately, he was one of those good wrestlers, but I think he was also underrated. But he was one of those good wrestlers that will truly be missed. Plus, he recently just died. The British Bulldog, sad to see him dead. He will truly be missed. Same with Big Boss Man. It's like so sad to see these people go. Arnold Skyland, if I pronounced that correctly, he was good, but I just cannot believe that people don't remember him that well. Because honestly, I think he's underrated, and I think he should truly get more credit. But he will also be missed, especially Rick Rude. Rick Rude was one of those good superstars back in the 80s, and I wish he was still alive today. Now, also I have more honorable mentions, and then we'll get to the other ones. But anyway, Sensational Sherry, one of the greats, will be missed, especially Gorilla Monsoon. He was great, a clean Road Warrior Hawk. Good wrestler with the Road Warriors or Legion of Doom. And then Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman died really young, and I feel ashamed that he's dead. He could, if he didn't do whatever happened to him, if he didn't do all like that stuff. I messing up. I'm sorry about that, but anyway, he would still be alive today, but he's not. Brian Pillman will truly be missed. Now we are going to talk about Big Daddy V, Vizra, whatever you want to call him, Nelson Frazier Jr. Now, he was a good wrestler, And I am very disappointed that the WWE never mentioned him in 3 weeks or whatever, because I think TNA did before or something like that. His wife got mad, and I would have been mad too if the WWE never mentioned him being dead, which they waited like 3 or 4 weeks, whatever, to announce it. But that was stupid. But anyway, he was a good wrestler, and he would truly be missed. Also, we have Louis Vincentalbano, or Captain Lou Albano, whatever you want to call him. One of those all-time, and I mean one of the greatest managers in wrestling history. Sad to see him die, but it's hard for some of these guys that you truly love that are dying and stuff, and you love them, and then they inspired you in the wrestling business. It's just sad. Now, Mr. Perfect Kurt Henning. So ashamed that he's dead. If he didn't die today, he would probably still be alive. But steroids caused the death of him, caused the death, partially his death and stuff. And it's hard to see him go. It's just hard. He was perfect. Now, the next person we have on here is Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah! I love that catchphrase so much. And I miss it. But anyway, George Damian will talk about him. And then I'll get back to you once he's done. Take it away.
Randy Savage's career was pretty good. He wrestled in the second WrestleMania. He also died here in 2011 with a heart attack. Pretty much he was an all-rounder, pretty cool guy. He always got the fans jumping, and he was just a pretty good guy. It's a sad thing they had to go like that, but definitely it was short and sweet, and he'll remain a legend in WWE.
Yeah. He was a pretty good wrestler. It's just a shame that he died and all that stuff. He would still be alive today, and I do hope he enters the 2014 class of the WWE Hall of Fame. It makes sense. He's like one of the big names that should be in there. It's just a shame that he's not. Also, which I forgot to put her photo in it, but Miss Elizabeth, which I'll talk about right now because I forgot to put it in this video. But anyway, Miss Elizabeth was also one of these good managers. Pretty good, a pretty cool and hot woman. Probably one of the first, hottest chicks. But I'm not talking about rating-wise, but I'm just talking about that. But anyway, she was remembered as a good manager for Randy Savage, and it's helped him go through the WWE and as well as the WCW. And I think there was other promotions, but I honestly don't remember. Both Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth will be missed, and it's a shame though what happened with her and Lex Luger, because of Lex Luger putting her on the drugs and stuff. Stupid. Thanks a lot, Lex Luger. But anyway, let's go to the late and great Mae Young. I am very upset that she not totally. I'm disappointed that she passed this past January. One of those great women's wrestlers, just like the Fabulous Moolah. They were good friends and stuff, and she was supposed to be on that old school Raw or whatever, but she was sick, and then a couple days later she passed. Just sad. It's a sad thing to see. Also, we have now Paul Bearer. Yeah, one of those all-time great managers that managed, I believe, The Undertaker, Kane, Mankind, Mick Foley, whatever you want to call him, and also, I believe, Vader, while in WWE. It's just hard to see that he's died, and he died in 2013 if the photo got cut off, but it was really sad. And I was alright with that storyline back in 2013, but really miss him. Now, George will talk about Umaga.
So Umaga, he was a pretty good wrestler too. He was hated for a while until he started getting a little bit of a fan base. He was in the WWE for a while. He became Intercontinental Champion, and he died of a heart attack too. And it's just a sad thing to see how many wrestlers are going at such a young age and how good spirited they were. And I hope him the best where he's at, and his reign will be living on in WWE for a long time.
Yeah, honestly, I think Umaga should have been pushed to win the WWE Championship, which I believe he was, but he should have won the title. He would have been probably a really good champion. He will indeed be missed. Now we are going to get into Owen Hart. Where do I go with this? Owen Hart fell from the ceiling and died during the Over the Limit pay-per-view, and they have it on the WWE Network, which I don't understand why. Honestly, if they didn't put him up there as the Blue Blazer, he would still be alive. No one even remembers the Blue Blazer that much, what happened, but everyone remembers his death so much. It's just sad to see him go. Also, Chris Benoit. Now, you guys probably know that I totally hate Chris Benoit now, but before what he did, I truly think he was a good wrestler, one of the best, but because of him killing his family and all that, no one really remembers him that well. By that, I'm meaning that WWE doesn't mention him anymore. They totally, forget about him. And if Chris Benoit didn't do what he did, the WWE would mention him a lot and consider him one of the all-time greats. So, thanks a lot, Chris Benoit. No one the WWE won't remember you anymore. And your moments are basically ruined now, and your legacy's kind of ruined. But no matter what, even though you did what you did, you'll truly be missed. Now, Eddie Guerrero. I thought about doing him and then Chris Benoit back and forth. But anyway, Eddie Guerrero was probably the worst death of all of these people. The only reason why is because I believe a lot of people stopped watching wrestling because of what happened. Everyone was just so sad to watch it. And it was sad to see him go. I was truly sad, even though I didn't start watching WWE until 2006. It's just really upset to see him go, and just sad. That's all I could say. There's no words for me to say anything about him because it's truly sad. He would truly be missed. Rest in peace, the great Eddie Guerrero. Now I want to talk about Warrior, or the Ultimate Warrior, whatever you want to call him. He died less than 24 hours being on Monday Night Raw, less than 48 hours from being at WrestleMania 30, less than 72 hours from being inducted into the Hall of Fame class in 2014. And I meant to say 2015 if I did, of Randy Savage, by the way. But anyway, he was a really good superstar. It was glad to see him back, but I think he knew he was going to die when he was on Raw, and it was just disappointing to see him go. It's just sad. And probably right now it's the saddest death of wrestlers this year, in my opinion. It's just really heartbreaking to see him go this early. He died at the age of 54, had a heart attack, he dropped. It's just sad. He left his wife and 2 daughters behind. He will truly be missed. Now, I saved the best for last. Andre the Giant. Now, he is the final person I will talk about. And what a great superstar he was. He won all of his matches for 15 years. He's won the world title once in the WWE for only 30 seconds. He was a world tag team champion and first inductee into the Hall of Fame. And he was ginormous. And I mean ginormous. He was one of those all-time greats. He would truly be missed, and I would think that all wrestling fans will remember him for what he did in the wrestling business, and it's just sad to see him go. Andre the Giant will indeed be missed. Well, that's all. That was the wrestling tribute video of deceased wrestlers. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to the Miles Burger channel. Take care. Peace.